For centuries, humanity gazed up at the night sky and wondered about its limits. To ancient eyes, the stars were lanterns in a vast, dome-like cosmos, the edge of reality itself. As our understanding grew, so did our sense of scale, yet one belief endured: that the universe, our universe, was the entirety of existence. But what if this fundamental assumption is wrong? What if the universe we know is merely a single page in an endless book, one among countless worlds, layered and intertwined, each with its own story? The journey to the multiverse begins with a single, age-old question. Is our reality truly unique, or are there other worlds beyond our own? This question is not new. In ancient times, philosophers and storytellers dreamed of parallel realms and infinite heavens. Myths spoke of shadow worlds, mirrored dimensions, and realms of gods and spirits. These stories were born from curiosity, from the human drive to imagine what lies beyond the visible horizon. Today, science finds itself confronting these same questions, not as myth, but as possibility. The idea of the multiverse, once the province of fantasy, has become one of the most daring and provocative frontiers in modern physics. To understand how this happened, we must look to the origins of our universe. 13.8 billion years ago, the Big Bang marked the birth of space, time, and matter as we know them. In the first moments, the universe inflated at an unimaginable rate, stretching from subatomic scales to cosmic proportions in the blink of an eye. As the universe cooled and expanded, galaxies formed, stars ignited, and planets took shape. On at least one of those planets, life emerged, and with it, the capacity to wonder and explore. For decades, the Big Bang was considered a singular event, the one and only beginning of everything. But as cosmologists probed deeper, they discovered hints that our universe might not be alone. Some theories propose that the Big Bang was not a unique explosion, but rather one bubble in a vast, ever-expanding cosmic ocean. In this view, our universe is a single patch of a far larger and more complex reality, a multiverse, where other universes may be born, live, and die, each with its own set of physical laws, its own galaxies, stars, and perhaps even life. What evidence could possibly support such an astonishing proposition? The clues are subtle, but tantalizing. First, there is the strange fine-tuning of our universe. The laws of physics, as we observe them, are exquisitely balanced to allow the formation of atoms, stars, planets, and life. Change just a few constants by the smallest amount, and the universe as we know it would be impossible. Why should this be? Some scientists argue that if there are countless universes, each with different laws, it is no surprise that we find ourselves in one that permits life, because only here could we exist to ask the question. Another clue comes from the theory of cosmic inflation. According to this idea, the universe's rapid expansion in its first fractions of a second could naturally create multiple separate regions, each becoming its own universe, disconnected from the others. These bubble universes could have wildly different properties, existing side by side in a vast multiversal landscape, forever out of reach. Quantum mechanics, the science of the very small, offers yet another perspective. At its heart lies the mystery of possibility. Particles exist in many states at once, only settling into a definite outcome when observed. Some interpretations suggest that every possible outcome is realized in a branching universe, a quantum multiverse, where every choice, every chance event gives birth to new worlds, each as real as our own. And then there are the boldest ideas of all, the mathematical multiverse. According to this view, every logically possible reality exists somewhere. If the laws of mathematics can describe a universe, then that universe exists, no matter how strange or different from our own. In this infinite tapestry, our universe is but one pattern among limitless variations. The multiverse is not a single concept, but a spectrum of possibilities. The bubble multiverse, where universes are like soap bubbles expanding side by side. The quantum multiverse, where reality splits with every decision. The mathematical multiverse, encompassing all theoretical realities. Each vision is startling in its implications, and each pushes the boundaries of what we consider possible. If even one version of the multiverse is true, the consequences are profound. No longer would our universe be the sole stage for existence. We would be part of a grander, more mysterious reality, a vast ensemble of worlds, each with its own history, its own possibilities, its own laws. The existence of other universes could help explain the deepest mysteries of our own. Why the laws of physics are as they are, why our universe appears fine-tuned for life, and why we find ourselves here asking these questions. What would it mean for us, as individuals, if the multiverse is real? Some theories suggest that other versions of ourselves might exist, living out different destinies in parallel worlds. Every choice we make, every chance event, might be reflected in a branching reality, where another you leads a different life. While this idea is deeply speculative, it challenges us to rethink our place in the cosmos and the nature of identity, fate, and possibility. Yet for all its allure, the multiverse remains unproven. We cannot see these other worlds. We cannot yet test their existence. Critics argue that the multiverse may be more philosophy than science, an idea beyond the reach of experiment. But history teaches that today's impossibilities can become tomorrow's discoveries. The notion of other planets, other galaxies, even the expansion of the universe, were once unthinkable. Science advances by daring to ask the impossible questions, by seeking evidence, and by remaining open to new horizons. The story of the multiverse is still being written. As our understanding of physics deepens, and as new observations push the boundaries of the known, we may one day find evidence that our universe is just one note in a cosmic symphony, a multiverse of endless worlds, infinite possibilities, and untold wonders. Until then, the idea of the multiverse invites us to dream bigger, to imagine more, and to recognize that reality may be far stranger and more beautiful than we ever imagined.